Myself, Dr. Rukmini Jamno, Assistant Professor, Seva Sadan's College of Education, would like to talk something about the virtual interview, which is the need of the hour. Interview has been conducted in different ways, and it was earlier conducted in offline mode. But today, during the pandemic situation, it is on a virtual mode. So I would like to bring on the topic relating to virtual interviews. What is a virtual interview? The question arises in our mind. Virtual interview is nothing but moving from offline to online. It is attending interview which is conducted online of a prospective candidate or an employee. It is also referred to attending group discussions if it is an interview which is conducted, having a panel interview, having group discussions. All these things are conducted via online. It uses different technology for attending an interview. Technology cannot be avoided because this interview is conducted using technology. An interaction between the employer and prospective employee through teleconferencing, usage of platforms like Zoom, Google Meet, etc. Nowadays, Google Meet and Zoom are preferred for conducting online mode interview between an employer and a prospective employee. It also refers to attending an interview from the comfort of home using technology. During this pandemic situation, all of us are within the constraints of our home. So in order to attend an interview, it is through online mode using this kind of technology from the comfort of our own home. Now, what will be the pros and cons of virtual interview? Some of the pros or advantages of a virtual interview are it saves both in terms of cost and time, as the prospective employee need not move from one place to another in terms of travel, losing certain money from his side and also losing time. So it saves both cost and time. Moreover, multiple interviews can be conducted at the same time without much hassle. So more than one interview can be conducted using these platforms, Google platforms, for say recruiting the prospective employee. It also allows the ease of panel interviews for senior positions irrespective of their location. So there may be single interview, there may be panel interviews where we have a group of experts who are interviewing a prospective employee for senior position. So this kind of a virtual interview, allows the ease of panel interviews. It opens multiple windows for job seekers. Yes, more than one job. The employee can look out for more than one job for being selected for the different jobs. So it offers a platform for multiple jobs. Now let us see some of the disadvantages or cons of virtual interview. It is difficult to build connection over a screen. Yes, of course, because there is no personal approach as such. If the person offline mode, we could see an interview and an interviewee who is having a personal rapport. They can share and we feel at ease when we are in front of somebody and we are talking on the face. But this a virtual interview, because it is an online mode, it is very difficult to build connection over the screen. Judgment becomes difficult while interviewing. We cannot make judgment in the sense what the prospective employee thinks about certain things. It cannot be judged. It may be an artificial way of attending an interview. So it is very difficult for the employer also to make certain judgments during this virtual interview. Moreover, there is also loss of contact due to poor internet connection. As we all know, an online interview or a virtual interview using an online platform requires a strong internet connection. So there may be disturbances, there may be a breakthrough when an interview is being conducted using an online mode in virtual interviews. It is difficult, of course, in rural places because of certain lack of infrastructure facilities with reference to scale. analogy. There may be time consuming also in case of panel interviews, because to judge a person over the screen by a group of experts, again it requires depth interviewer knowledge to interview these prospective employee, so which may in turn lead to a lot of time consumed. Now, some of the important points to remember while attending a virtual interview. Like a prospective employee has to keep a very important points in his or her mind in order to click, in order to be effective in attending this virtual interview. Let us see some points. Yes, one has to be prepared for the interview both physically and mentally. The prospective employee has to log in time before the interview, that is, they have to be ready for the interview on time. Moreover, one has to present oneself well. So the interviewer would be able to judge your personality if you present yourself very well in the online interview. Should ensure that there is no background noises, as we know it is from whom we are going to give this interview. So a student, a teacher, or a prospective employee need to be ensuring that there is no background noises when an interview is being conducted. Well, ensure that there is a stable network connection, that is, an internet connection should be strong so that an effective interview, virtual interview, can take place between an interviewer and an interviewer. This is most important that no family members, pets, peek in between the interview. It so happens that when an interview is being conducted, you get certain family members to just are keen to see what is going on. So even if you have pets in a house, you ensure that they do not disturb you in your interview. Now, these are some of the checklists which comes to your rescue when you are going to attend a virtual interview. Before the interview, what are the checklists you should ensure? Check the internet connectivity. See if the connectivity is strong. Ensure that it is, it is having a very good connection before the interview. Be familiar with the online platform, whether it's like Google Meet, Zoom. Ensure that on which platform the interview is going to be conducted for you. So ensure that you also know about this platform. See that you download this app in your computer and be ready. Be familiar with different characteristics of this platform. Again, before an interview, choose a quiet, well lit, and well organized room. Very important. Ensure that the room is well lit so that the interviewer can see you properly with reference to your physical getup, with reference to your personality, with reference to the way you answer, and also a quiet and well organized room. Check your backdrop, make sure it isn't distracting, especially the background images, the background scene. It's not very, it's not very distractive for the interviewer who is going to conduct, nor does it deviate his attention towards the backdrop of your house. So ensure that you have a pleasant scene behind you, so that it is not does not deviate from the actual interview. Dress up as you would for an in-person interview. Yes, a formal attire is needed for attending the interview. So it doesn't mean that since it is from your house, you can dress the way as you want. Ensure that you are in a formal attire, maybe a dress, a coat, a suit for gentlemen or male persons, very decent attire like a sari, a well-dressed, you wear this in your chudidar. So it should be, you should ensure that you are in a formal attire as though you are giving an offline interview. So ensure yourself has been dressed up well and you wear formal attire for the virtual interview. This is also, you have to keep all your important documents ready for reference. So anything, if the interviewer wants to see, if they are going to ask you something, you should ensure that you keep all your documents ready. Do not fidget upon when the document is being asked. So you should have everything needed for the virtual interview even before the interview is being conducted. So let's see what you need during the interview. During the interview, have a right posture. Do not bend, do not stoop. Have a very pleasant and right posture with your spine erect. Focus on the camera and not on the screen. Whenever you are giving an interview, ensure that your camera is on you and your eyes are looking onto the cameras. It is not on the screen, because when you see on the screen, you will not have an eye contact with the employer. So ensure that you face the camera so that the interviewer feels that you are talking to him or her. Answer to the point and ensure you are audible and maintain pleasant expression. Whatever questions are being asked, ensure that whatever is needed needs to be answered. And you have a pleasant face, in the sense you have a pleasant expression, a smile, because non-verbal gestures also contribute to the effectiveness of your virtual interview. Stay calm in case you face technical glitches and fix them as soon as possible. So do not lose your patience when giving a virtual interview. There may be some technical problem which may not be in your hand. So ensure that you are having an option with you, maybe another device, maybe your mobile data. Okay, so all this you can personal hotspot, so that you ensure that you join the virtual interview in time. First impression is the last impression. Hence, use your presence of mind in answering the questions. Give some time for listening to the question and understand it very well, comprehend it very well, and then go on to give the necessary answers. Do not just reply immediately when the question is being asked. You may not be giving the proper answer, it may be incorrect. So, have presence of mind to listen patiently and then give the prompt answer. So with this, I hope you will be giving a very nice interview and you will be clearing in your virtual interview, and wish you all the best for the interview. You will get a very good job in case you take all these precautions, and how much ever interview you are going to give, ensure that you take all these precautions. One or the other day, you will definitely land in a very effective job. Wish you all the best. Thank you.